Hi everybody, it's been a while since I've made a video, and so I decided that I would make one of a comic book haul of everything that I got at Free Comic Book Day this past weekend. I'm wearing my Star Wars sweatshirt just because this week was May the 4th, Revenge of the 5th, and Revenge of the 6th. Shut up, I celebrate all of them. But yeah, this past Saturday was Free Comic Book Day, and I went to Silver Age Comics in Astoria Ditmars, so kind of at the end of the NW line over by me. It's the comic book store that Tom Holland stopped by when they filmed the scene in Spider-Man Homecoming where he changes into his costume. So without further ado, here's all the comic books I picked up. So this one's called I Hate Fairyland. I admit I don't know a ton about this, but I hear that it has kind of been heard of in the bookish world, Book Talk, BookTube, that whole side of it, as Sage just told me. So I'm very interested to just see what that's all about. Kanga Yu. So this is obviously a book focused on Kanga, who's Wonder Woman's pet kangaroo. I'm a huge fan of kangaroos, so this looks like a fun comic book as well. There is one from Black Mirror called San Junipero. So, or I think it's based off the episode, or has I'm not sure what the affiliation is. If it's an adaptation of the episode, or if it's like a spinoff, I don't know. But that'll be just fun to find out. Iron Man and His Awesome Friends, and Spidey and His Amazing Friends. So this is the show that's currently going on. It's on its third season. It's very fun. My niece is a huge fan of this show. Iron Man is supposed to be coming out this summer. I believe it's supposed to be in the same universe. As you could probably tell from the animation style here, but it's supposed to be Iron Man, Iron Heart, and then Amadeus Cho as Iron Hulk. So that'll be really fun. And then I have the DC All-In special. It's got Superman Unlimited. This July is when James Gunn's Superman comes out, so this is kind of the time to read Superman comic books. Marvel Voices, which heavily features Ironheart, considering her show comes out next month in June. You can see Storm and Mystique, and I forget her name, but she originated in What If, the first big indigenous Native American character in the MCU original, so that's pretty cool. Speed Racer, I heard this one actually sold out in a lot of the stores, so I was one of the few people that still got one of these. Love Speed Racer. Fantastic Four also comes out in July, the Fantastic Four First Steps movie, so obviously the time to read Fantastic Four. Power Rangers Prime. Once again, I don't know too much about. I know a lot about Power Rangers. I just don't know a lot about this specific run of the Power Rangers. So that'll just be fun to read. The Phantom, as in the classic pulp character, played by Billy Zane in the movie. So that's kind of cool that they brought the Phantom back. Superman's Good Guy Gang. So this is like a kid's Superman story. There's Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner Green Lantern, so obviously this is kind of inspired by James Gunn's Superman movie. Can't do comic books without Archie, of course, and what Archie is up to. You got Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead, and Sabrina as well. Of course, May the 4th was earlier this week, so when, without saying, to do Star Wars as well. So you got Luke, Qui-Gon, Kylo Ren, and Darth Vader. Along with that is Young Jedi Adventures. I think they're about to hit their third season also as well. So, yeah, that'll be fun. First Youngins Star Wars series. Godzilla, The New Heroes. I don't entirely know what it's about, but I like Godzilla, or Gojira. Amazing Spider-Man, the Ultimate Universe specifically. You got Peter Parker Spider-Man, and I believe this is the Maker, who is the evil version of Reed Richards. Mark Spears' Monsters. I have never actually heard of this comic book before, but now I am super interested because I love all of the Universal monsters, old school monster movies. So this just seems very up my alley. So looking forward to that. This appears to be a 20th anniversary issue for Boom Comics. I hope to work for them one day. Hulk Teach. So this looks like maybe a fan made this, or I don't know. It could have just been made for kids, but it's a fun little kids comic book. Transformers Worst Spot Ever featuring Ballpoint. So that'll be fun to read. Conan, Scourge of the Serpent, as in Conan the Barbarian. So that'll be pretty cool. This one's called Energon Universe. I believe this is the official name for the Transformers, G.I. Joe, that Hasbro universe. So you see some G.I. Joe characters, and it looks like there's a Transformer there. And then Best of 2000 AD. This is the British comic book that features Judge Dredd, Rogue Trooper. Rogue Trooper is getting an animated film sometime soon this year. So that'll be fun. Diablo. I admit I have not played any of these games. I know a lot of people that have, but nonetheless, I am very interested to read what the Free Comic Book Day for it is. A comic biography of Will Eisner, very famous icon in the comic world. Then we have Thunderbolts and the Powerpuff Girls crossover, which sounds ridiculous, but it sounds so fun. So down for that. Def Leppard, the band, has a comic book out now as well. And then Tamagotchi Paradise, apparently a comic book based off the famous Tamagotchis. So those are all the free ones. And then I got some ones that I actually paid for. Here I have is Fantastic Four, where they're up against the Fantastic Two, so like an alternate universe versions of Reed and Sue, gender swapped basically, with yellow costumes instead of blue. And then, just for the meme of it, just had to get the DC Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. So you see Sonic and friends with the Justice League. I got number 1 and number 2. So you see him with the Flash and Darkseid. And then I got Thunderbolts. I saw the Thunderbolts this past weekend as well. Easily 10 out of 10. Awesome movie. I want to see it again. It's one of the best Marvel movies I've seen in a long time. It gave me the same feeling I felt about the very first Avengers when it first came out. And I think that's a feeling that's really hard to accomplish. But 10 out of 10, I laughed, I cried, loved it. Please go see it. It's awesome. But yeah, so this features like the current run of the Thunderbolts versus the original ones, the ones that were villains that were trying to frame the Avengers. Don't worry, I also picked up just a regular issue of them as well. This is a variant cover, but I just love the Ghost Rider vibes. I love Ghost Rider. Then I picked up the latest issue of Superman, again in hype for the new movie. This is kind of the time to read Superman. They're calling this the Summer of Superman, which is why I picked up the Summer of Superman special. And then for $1 they had King Spawn #1, which is awesome. I think King Spawn the movie is either filming right now, or I'm not sure where they're at with this, but I'm very excited for when it comes out nonetheless. Then I have Absolute Wonder Woman. I've been looking for a #1 of Absolute Wonder Woman because I want to start from the beginning. But basically this is in a universe where Wonder Woman was raised in hell by Circe instead of on Themyscira by her mother Hippolyta and the Amazons. So she has a very big cloud-like sword. So I was like, of all of the absolutes, this is the one I absolutely want to read. No pun intended, but love it. And then lastly, I got the first issue of Batman Hush 2. So Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb came back to make a sequel to the famous Batman storyline Hush. So this is the first issue of Hush 2, the sequel to that. But yeah, those are all the comic books that I picked up this weekend. I hope y'all enjoyed that, or just enjoyed me talking about it, whatever. Yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day, and see you in the next time.